Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scott Medina. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we talk about all kinds of controversial things that are in the world. No, we don't. It just tends to be you make them controversial. We love One Wheels. We love all of the companies out there that are creating third-party accessories. And we're going to talk about those things you need to have on your Christmas list this year, okay? It's going to be very opinionated from us, but we want you to get into the chat today and tell us what you would suggest should be on people's Christmas list. And I'll just take this one off. A float wheel is not on the Christmas list. It is all one-wheel things, but third-party things, okay? I'm joined with some amazing friends who are just amazing. I'm married to one of them. Holly Mendenhall. How we doing, baby?
I'm doing great. Making my Christmas list as we chat.
This is not true. This is not true.
It is.
You're making your Christmas list or what you're shopping for?
All of the above.
I don't believe you. You know what? Holly went on record for saying, I should have gotten you video footage, but I don't have it. It is coming later. We got an opportunity to ride in, well, let me introduce because she's going to need help to explain it. Lily.
Hi.
How we doing, girl?
Great.
Candy cane mug today, eh?
Yeah, Holly and I match.
Yeah, great. Yeah, the ladies were discussing earlier.
Go to the wide shop.
Right before we go to live.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Don't even do it.
Yes, our mugs are actually full.
Yes, no, but
I was
you'll
gonna
knock
say,
the...
You'll come in too hard and crack
I will.
our mug.
Thank you.
I would have
Thank
fallen
you.
over and this whole thing would have gone down.
That leads me to story time with Scott and friends.
Oh,
so
it's going to be about one of us.
One of them really got to... Holly couldn't have her hair parted down the middle because
I flipped it because
Lily's hair is parted. It's weird. It's like I've never looked at another dude and go, I can't have my hair parted the same way you do because
that's not what it was.
It was what?
It's like we look the same
We
today.
often get where people think we look alike or that we're related or that we're sisters, and
we're not.
So I was like, oh, our hair looks very similar today. I will flip mine so that she's got the middle part.
Oh, because that is the distinguishing factor of the two of you.
We look a little different. Oh, you are.
Wow, what a hot mess.
But I do like it when we have matching mugs.
It's not matching.
They are. They're coordinating.
Coordinating.
Red and
Matching.
green.
Matching would be like candy cane.
No, coordinating mugs.
Coordinating. I don't know. This okay. Whatever you want to say. It's cool. It's cool. Lily about just choked on it.
She's trying to mirror me. She's
her.
trying to mirror me across.
I'm surrounded by chaos. Okay. We're gonna talk about.
Scott.
What do you buy someone that rides a one wheel? We're going to give that tidbit to you, so hang around. But before we get there, we got some dramatic things we're going to have to talk about. The One Wheel Company dropped a hot take on the community with Jack Mudd and Kyle sitting down face-to-face talking about all one wheel stuff. Holly and I watched it.
What'd you think of it?
Our whole family sat down and watched it.
Yeah, we all sat and watched it. What were
Full
your
disclosure,
thoughts?
Lily didn't watch it.
That's so embarrassing.
Why?
Because
you are on
I'm on a one-wheel podcast.
Yes. This only just feeds the what happened a couple weeks ago.
Can you just start sending me stuff I should be watching?
No, get off the cooking shows.
Oh,
True. She sent me a weird meatloaf recipe last night.
I told you I was gonna say
It had wet bread in it.
I was like, I'd never use that recipe.
I'm gonna get Holly on the cooking alley.
Hey, I would just like to go on record that someone in the chat officially said Scott is right. I applaud you.
What? Woo! About what?
It doesn't matter what about
our mugs match.
Somebody said I'm right.
Oh, about our mugs matching.
It doesn't. That just doesn't ever happen. So I just applaud you. You are my new favorite. Thank you. You just slide in my DMs and we'll send you something awesome. It could be just a thank you letter or whatever.
He's gonna be like, I was the one who said you were right.
Yeah, but then also,
it's me. Hi.
And then also, it depends. Like, I don't know what you said last week about me, so I'm just messing. It doesn't go like that.
Oh,
like
if there was like they weren't.
If they trolled me before, I didn't catch the name, so.
Oh man.
Okay, so let's go. There's too many Lily stories, but we're going to get to the podcast. Remind me, we're going to come back to that. We want to hear your thoughts on it. Today, we did a non-controversial title to our podcast, which would probably inevitably mean the views will be down because people are just seeking the drama. And I was just saying, I ain't being a part about it.
You're not even going to be a part about it?
No, not today. We'll talk a little bit about it, but not today. Okay, first.
I was going to say, it'll come back around.
Yeah. Lily, yesterday, where did we go ride? Like, what was it again?
It's called Seavers.
Seavers. And
if you're local in Minnesota,
yeah.
Seavers Festival of Lights, I think it was.
Okay, so it is
holiday light show.
It's a holiday light show. we were given permission to one wheel through. We were the first ones yesterday.
So cool.
And then we could do as many laps as we wanted, okay? So it was very entertaining. And Lily's husband was with us,
True.
which Jordan is a great human being. He is a military guy, serves in our armed forces. He's just a great guy. He's riding with us. And he said what I thought as we were riding past all of these lit objects. And again, you're one-wheeling, so we're one-wheeling where you can't drive. So we're going through candy canes that are all powered by power cords, right? And I thought earlier, I was like, oh my gosh, it is going to be Lily who's going to unplug something, and we're going to lose all the power to this entire festival. And we were given permission to ride here, and then Lily's going to be like, oh, what's that cord? Oh, let me just see if I can ride over it. And poof!
I rode over a lot of cords
I know, where I was avoiding them.
because the lights get powered by power cords.
But your husband said what I was thinking, and I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, he
They've
would
been
say
married for
that.
almost 6 months, and he was already saying the
Yeah.
things that I have felt for years.
What did you say?
Exactly what I just
Lily's
said.
gonna be the one
Oh,
to
to unplug.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to be the one to hit the main power supply and gone. But we didn't. It's
It
going
would
to
have
be
been a great
video.
Christmas movie.
No, it wouldn't have because you'd never seen any of it. But that video that we filmed yesterday will hit this YouTube channel on the 25th of December, which is Christmas, folks. That day, we're going to give away one of our first 12 Days of Christmas objects, which we're starting big. And then, oh man, but we're going to start with WTF rails and the clear fender for it, which is going to be sweet. Somebody's going to win that. How we're going to pick a winner on Christmas Day is people being in the chat during the live podcast. We're going to take your name, put them in a hat, and we're going to draw and wada bing, bada boom.
So like next Wednesday, we're doing that.
No, is next Wednesday Christmas?
doing-
Oh, the live chat of Christmas.
No. The live chat from last week, this week, and next week, we're going to take all those names and
Got
put
it.
them in a hat and draw.
Last week, this week, and next week. The
You have 3 weeks in,
before
but you have to be
Christmas.
subscribed to the YouTube channel. So, like, when we pick you and you're not subscribed, you ain't getting it. So, we probably should make this like a post on Instagram at some point. We'll get to it.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But we're pretty stoked on that. And then we were gifted, and we should have brought the whole. Should we send somebody to go get the box of goodness so we can show it?
Yeah, I can go get
Or
it.
should we just speak to it?
Well,
Why are you
do
looking at me
I
with a
don't even
blank
know what it
stare?
is. So
there's
I don't
lots of
have it.
options. I can send somebody. I can. Have
Let's send
to come
somebody.
out.
Epic, run and go get that real quick for me, the box. And we'll go through it because Lily's not even seen this stuff, so we will save that for
He
later.
says what box?
It's the box up in the room.
It's the box of stuff we unpacked the other night.
Up in the
Okay,
room.
there we go. We have to speak in code to him because we don't want to give it away here. Let's move
Can't
on.
wait to see what's in it.
Okay, what would be
Watch
Lily?
him come back with a box of other Christmas gifts.
Other Christmas gifts. Yeah, maybe. There are none in the house anyways. Okay, let's get to the One Wheel podcast. One which Lily will only have to mediate the conversation about because she did not watch it. She's over here sipping on her candy cane coffee.
I'm just happy to have hot coffee. Thank you, Holly.
You're so
I don't have
welcome.
any.
You don't drink.
You don't
coffee.
drink coffee
I would like the attention.
because I take
The
a mug of
attention?
coffee that
Yeah.
I give you and then I dump it down the
Like
drain.
I got a beef. I got
Talk
to
to your dog about wanting attention.
No, he died.
Not that dog.
But I want to talk about like coffee drinkers and smokers.
Oh, stop it! Not even.
They get coffee breaks and cigarette breaks.
No
False.
one gets a coffee.
I
break.
don't get a coffee break because I don't drink it, and I don't get a smoking break because I don't smoke anything. I just
No
False.
one gets a coffee.
I want a
break.
break because you just get a break, or somebody to serve me a beverage of
Well,
my choice.
Can somebody please send him a Kit Kat bar?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Can
My
we
goodness.
please have a little?
I thought
support?
it was Snickers.
No, that's for when you're hangry. Can we
What
have
are you
one
saying?
of those too?
What's the Twix for?
I just said nothing about Twix. I said Kit Kat. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Oh.
Break me off a piece
Oh,
of that.
I
Kit
wasn't
Kat
tracking.
bar.
I wasn't nearly. I was not at the same wavelength you were. Okay.
And that, my friends, will answer a lot of questions for you.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
There he is.
If you could only see, big box coming in. We'll get to that in a moment. What we're really gonna, we should have, and we want to, is the podcast from One Wheel. It was so well spoken. And the thing I got to say about that podcast that Jack and Kyle did, Lily, you would be blown away with the fact that they said so many things that we already had said. That would also, people did DM me and say, this is my point. This is how we know you work with One Wheel, because I was saying some of the things. No, it just made sense. It was good business. It was, but nonetheless, it was an interesting conversation. They made a couple points that we will address here as Holly is dropping the box like so gingerly and quietly.
It must be heavy. There must be a lot in there.
Yeah, we're going to unpack it here. Our 12 Days of Christmas giveaway is going to be legit. Okay, so one of the first things they talked about was patents. Should you go after patents?
And what'd they say?
Yeah, they said yeah. And I was like, yes, you should. You paid for them. Go get it. That's why they're going to get it, because they're talking about float wheel. I did have to laugh in the podcast.
Go ahead. Sorry.
They did use the name float wheel a wee bit, and I believe, I don't want to quote them, so I could be putting, but they were pretty funny. Go watch it. What would you like to quote from there?
One of my favorite quotes was Jack when he said, "We in America, like, you have patents, and it's against the law to take somebody's, so you go after your patents." That's pretty funny.
Did he call him a knockoff One Wheel? Or is that what I'm trying? I'm not 100%.
Yeah, they said, that was one of the funny things that, everybody's got their opinion on the float wheel. If it's a knockoff, if it's better, if it's worse, whatever. They were trying to reference anything, but, it was obvious, the float wheel.
Yeah, well, that's how we took it. So they covered the patent part. They covered about moving towards modular, which means battery packs. But then they also explained, this is the stuff that we just don't know this information about the regulating of batteries. And they just talked about the government will allow them just to send out batteries. Now, somebody's going to say, but how about this and that? I don't know all the ins and outs of stuff, okay? I don't know the deals, the contracts that One Wheel has signed. I'm just listening and going, I believe them. I choose to believe them, versus hear that they would be lying to me about it. That when they say, we're not allowed to ship a battery like this, and we'd have to design it in a way that it would be foolproof and all those things. They also spoke to these knockoff One Wheels that could potentially catch on fire would hurt our overall brand, and we're the ones being sued because we hold the patents to these things.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting. Okay, the government can't go for the knockoffs because they hold no patents. They're getting their patents over here, and the government's going, you're not being good on your patents. So we're going to, right? Like, you see the whole mess that can happen. It's like, go get. And then they also talked about what's happening in New York City. Lily, this might be news to you. New York City is trying to figure out the ruling on PEVs in New York City, if they're going to be allowed.
I didn't know that.
Because of the risk of things catching on fire in apartment places and things. It's
not
less
for the risk of the person who owns it driving through traffic.
Right. It's less about that. It's less about the batteries and the design of these things that are
when
sitting.
They're charging.
Right. In apartment complex. I can understand that in the capacity of that. I'm sure in that conversation you do get the conversation about the safety of said person. But I think that's an added on to leverage a point. But it'll be interesting to see what New York does with that, because I think other cities will follow suit in the conversation of, well, if New York did that, this is what we're going to do in San Francisco, LA, and all those bigger locations. And I could see that really changing a lot of things, which would be unfortunate if you lost all PEVs. I'm not. Again, you look at EUCs, that whole market is a hot mess, because I can't tell you
the difference between any of
I have no idea.
I've seen smaller ones that are like really little looking, and then larger ones that are bulkier.
But there's not like one specific brand that stands out from the rest.
Right.
Yeah. People were asking what your thoughts on EUCs were last week in the chat.
My thoughts, like in what? Like, what do I think of EUCs?
You just shared a thought.
But my thoughts on EUCs, one, that is not a style of riding that I would be particular gravitate to, because it just feels, I would feel like George Jetson for whatever.
It doesn't feel as board sport like.
Yeah, coming from the skateboard, snowboarding for sure, that stance where you're like on a wheel, that just is more of understood for me. So the EUCs have never been a pull for it. I think EUCs, they market a lot of obvious suspension, but then top end speeds.
Yeah,
And,
like those go the fastest.
right, and I'm just not a guy that's gonna go rip trails like that. Like I want to go fast, but not go 60 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. No, I don't want to do that. We live in Minnesota. That style of a device with that narrow profile tire isn't going to be as advantageous that the one wheel tire is, especially when you let the PSI out. It can ride better in trails and in snow. I know EUCs can. And then the other thing, I just think that whole market looks cheap to me. All of them. They just look cheap.
Just like that.
I just do. I look at all of it because I can't understand who is what. Who's the leading brand and who's this? Because everybody goes, have you tried this one? Have you tried that? And there's just too many. And it's like, no. It's like every 3 months somebody's got something.
Take that off his Christmas list.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I already got one for him.
No, now, like if somebody's going to send us one to review, sure, we'll jump on it and go, ooh, this is, but it's just not a market. I just, no. The vibe, it's a vibe thing for sure. It's like mopeds. I'm not going to get a moped. I feel like a moped is like,
you'd get a dirt bike.
I'd get a dirt bike. I had a motorcycle for a long time. I would do that versus the moped ride. I think it's cool if you want a moped. It's cool. Like I'm not down on you liking mopeds or EUCs. You do you. I'm just me. But we can still get along, right? Like we can still get along in that we have different opinions. I know culture says differently.
You have different opinions, don't get along.
Right, like you just can't do that. But it's funny. You know what? When I look back at history, let's just have a history lesson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, history lesson with Scott Mendenhall and friends here. History lesson. Most great things that have changed the world have come together because two or more unlikely people or group of people come together, like Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic is a nunnery and an atheist came together because they saw a need and worked together. You would go, wait, wow, they have opposing religious views, opposing a lot of thoughts. Yet they came together and did arguably it's one of the best hospitals around in the world, at least in the United States. And they let their differences just kind of go, whoop, we don't really care. It's not a big deal. So I am okay with you not agreeing with me. I'm not okay with you not agreeing with one wheel. That's a whole nother topic. No, I'm just messing. Okay. And then what else? Yes.
Everyone wants to see what's in the box.
Yeah, what's in the box?
But I have one more
an
question
EUC?
since we're on the podcast. I have one more question.
Yeah, let's finish the podcast talk, and then we're going to get to the box of another 12 Days of Christmas that we are pretty stoked to share.
This is one of my questions.
First.
If someone were to come out with a device similar to a one wheel, but followed, like didn't take patents, didn't take the idea, what do you think Future Motion would do with that?
There's nothing they could do. There's nothing they could do with that.
Because a lot of people,
if it's all legal.
Because why I'm asking this, a little bit of the consensus last week of the chat was that Future Motion isn't open to competition. And I don't necessarily think that's the case. When it comes to the third party, I don't necessarily think. I think they've got all these other companies doing things. I think they're wanting to see the product have its best foot forward. But I think if there was another one done the right way, I think they would be fine.
I mean, I posted a video last week where you get to watch Kyle, the creator of One Wheel. I know some of you want to argue that he stole this, that. I don't know, that narrative doesn't, I hear you, but I don't know any of that information. I'm not talked to any of the individuals. I'm just going with Kyle created, okay? So all of you that are arguing that, oh no, fine. But I'm just not going down that, right? The creator of One Wheel, Kyle, and I, and a bunch of other pro riders got to ride together. And it was great to watch him jump on different setups and just learn. I think he's an engineer mind, and he processes it and takes it. And someone always stealing ideas. Go patent your crap. You know what I mean? You don't want to go do it so it can't get patented. I mean, that's the point of patents. But you're like, well, I don't have the money to get it patented. Then don't bring it to market yet. Right? There's just, business is business. You know what I mean? Like, it's brutal at times. It's complicated. If you don't have the resources to bring it to market yet, just hold your horses. Because if you didn't patent it, somebody's going to go do it better than you. And they're going to make it mainstream. And they're going to that's just the way it's going to go. So I just, somebody's go, well, that's not very loving. And I'm not trying to say, hey, business, you shouldn't be loving. I think you should be, but that's not the world we live in. And not everybody has the same beliefs and standards I do. You know, and I'm not gonna be angry at them. I can be disappointed at times, but I just patent your crap. You know, and I like all the third party stuff. We get a chance to review people's stuff all the time, and I'm wondering, hey, like, is this something you're trying to bring to market and it's yours, or like we just got contacted with a new product that's going to come up for One Wheel. It's not by One Wheel; it's another company. And they shared in the email, this is a patent pending deal. So it's in the process so they can make it public. Because those are some of the questions we ask as we release some of the things on our YouTube channel. It's like, you understand people are going to watch this, potentially to buy your stuff, but also to steal your stuff. And we just want to be very upfront that we're putting this in social media. So I think if One Wheel saw somebody make a board that's like theirs but followed all the laws, there's nothing they can actually do. You know, there's just not, you don't see them making W rails. Now somebody's going to, well, you just saw the bumpers that they made the other day. Who's to say they didn't have the idea before? And it seems a bit different. It's not identical. I think there's a space for all of those things. And I think everybody will choose. It's like coming down to a Ford. It's funny in this. Thank you, Holly and Lily, for being quiet for so long. It's been great. You guys got overwhelming opinions today. It's been so good. Wow, just sip on your coffee.
Well, you haven't paused. You haven't even taken a breath.
Uh-huh. Scott Mendenhall and friends. It's just Scott Mendenhall today with two coffee drinkers.
You're still answering my question.
No, here's where I was going to go is like people have made this out, like somebody said, this is like, truly is like Ford and Ferrari. And it is-ish. No one's making a One Wheel. Right? Like all these other brands are making things add on to One Wheel. An actual dispute between like Ford and Ferrari or Ford and Chevy was that they were both making vehicles.
Well, someone argued about the float wheel, though. They're saying that it's comparable.
But it stole ideas.
Right.
Now, somebody said to me, oh, if you're about assuming the best, but you're not doing the float wheel,
Touche.
You really think so?
No, I don't know. What were you going to say?
You think touche?
I don't know. What were you going to say?
No, let me hear it. Like, you opened up your mouth.
I don't know what you were going to say.
That's fine, but you're saying you're agreeing with that, which is great. Let's hear it.
Well, I would say that they are in the wrong for stealing. Like, if you can assume the best in people until they prove you wrong, and then you could be cautious.
Yeah, but they're saying I'm assuming the worst in them, saying that they stole the patent's ideas.
Assuming the worst in One Wheel?
No, float wheel.
Float wheel.
That you're assuming the worst in them.
Yeah, that like, hey, all
the not proven
he's
yet?
just assuming that they did that.
Is it not proven yet?
No, they followed the lawsuit, which means you'd have to go to court or they'll settle out of court kind of deal.
So there's going to be a court case?
There could be.
There should be.
Well, it depends. Like, let's say here's what's happened. And first, let me answer that question that somebody said, you're assuming the worst in them. It's one of the comments. Because a lawsuit has been formed, they've already paid lawyers, One Wheel, to go after him. Says there's got to be a very, very good idea that they are correct. They're not going to waste the lawsuit. They're not going to waste the money in the negative publicity or positive publicity in the movement unless there's legitimate reasons to do such. So I'm going with One Wheel. I'm not assuming anything in the worst of them. I'm going, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. So I'm just chasing down the fire to go, okay, this seems legit. They've done something. So it's not touche. I would think that there's a wee bit of trouble there. And then here's your answer to no, they don't have to go to court. There could be a settlement out of court. It could be stop what you're doing, and they stop. It could be pay
thing.
It could be all kinds of stuff.
Item. I mean, it could be. They could come up with anything.
Right. So One Wheel,
It just has to be agreed upon both parties.
you've got to go listen to One Wheel's podcast, okay? For those that have tuned in and you want what to buy somebody that rides One Wheels, you're like, wow, I had to listen to that to get to that. I'm sorry you did, okay?
Chris says if Float Wheel was legit, they should be able to survive whatever when we throw at them, whatever gets thrown at them, like Ferrari.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. If it's legit, they'll still be around.
And
If they were legit, you could pay cash.
another good thought is that patents should be challenged. MQT says that earlier. It should be challenged. Yeah, I think that's great. Challenge patents. Just make sure you have your stuff in order. Like,
Wait,
to
what
be
do you?
able-
What is when you're? I'm not reading the comments. So is he saying?
He just
that
says, I think
I should be able to
patents should be
challenge One
challenged.
Wheel's patents.
No, like, I mean, or ask for it. Like, there is a process to go through
Right.
that. There's a way to come up with a new idea. If somebody's got a patent, well, you got to go beyond that patent to come up with the idea. If somebody's got, every patent on it, well, then there's got to be a different. That's the beauty of understanding and inventing and knowledge and being able to go a different way. So it's, if you want to challenge a patent, it just better be done in the right way. Challenge the product without taking the exact ideas.
He's getting the box.
So, dun,
Yep,
dun,
I
dun.
gotta-
in the
I
box.
gotta hide the
We can
address.
see.
There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to give ample time of who the
Yeah.
box is from. Okay, so
It's from Chameleon Rails.
some of it is like we got Scott Mann on Friends jerseys. 12 Days of Christmas happening. Okay,
Oh, I was thinking someone gave you these items.
we did.
We're just.
I want
yeah.
that.
We got this sweet. Just put it on your head. This is gonna make it much more popular for sure.
Can I try it on?
Look at that. It's totally Minnesotan. Here, Holly, you can try
That's
that one
cute.
on. These are, yeah, they're awesome. We're fans of these hats. I like that there's little ears.
Holly, we match.
And your
Cheers.
coffee. All right.
Look at us. We should
Okay.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
You're
We
in
have,
Minnesota,
we're
don't
giving
you
away Chameleon Rail sealant that they have.
This is warm.
We have t-shirts that are coming. We've got this sweet jacket.
jacket.
I don't know, parka. I don't know what you're calling this, but
Oh,
we've got
can I try
that.
it on?
Lily's gonna try that on. We have a
Don't
book
knock
bag.
anything
Gotta
over.
gotta let Holly try that on.
These are.
Holly, try on the book bag.
How much can you fit in it?
We got a couple book eggs we're giving away. This is the 12 Days of Christmas we're
Oh,
doing
this
right
is
afterwards.
nice.
We've got
You're gonna be sweating.
we're calling the Bolt Keeper for One Wheel.
That's pretty sweet.
This
I like
is,
those.
I would like to keep these, but I'm not giving them away.
Tackle box.
It's a little tackle box for all your little stuff for One Wheel stuff. We're giving that away.
LOL. Someone says LOL Northerners.
Yeah. What?
It's Camille. I like that hat.
Yeah, these are sweet.
Oh,
this
I need
is
to
like,
try that one on.
no, you gotta keep your actual hat on
Oh,
and
okay.
try it on.
Check me out.
We have a stocking cap. Here you go, Lil. Put that on.
Hold on, this is not working.
Yeah, over it. You said how much can we put on?
So sweet. I want to actually own that.
No, you. Well,
Sorry. Go
get in the
talk to
chat.
him.
Wait, you are. You have a chance. You have a chance.
Does that look
Look,
good?
Lily's not doing it right.
Oh, okay.
My goodness. If you're not watching, you're missing. That's for sure. Or you're better off for it.
So that it can
My
be
backpack
seen.
feels nice.
I look so warm. Also, I look like I work at an auto body shop.
No, you look like you're in an Alaskan movie or TV show. That's what you look like. We have a towel to wipe stuff down. We have little frisbees with something else on the back that's stuck in there.
There's all kinds of stuff.
I mean, it is. Oh, an air freshener. That's sweet. Can koozie, magnet, stickers, mini throwing disc, card with our code
here,
on it.
Here, we'll play catch.
Here we go. No, you're not in this place. A lock for your One Wheel.
Yeah, it's important.
We've not tested that one out, but
Lock it up.
and
Lock it
then
down.
the other big guy in there is
Oh,
a
that's
stand.
awesome.
Oh, that's sick.
So
Whoa.
yeah, that's a lot of stuff. That's sweet. You gotta thank you, Chameleon Rails, for all of this. You guys are awesome. 12
Yeah.
Days of Christmas. We're doing it a little bit unique. We're kicking it off on Christmas. I think that's the way it's supposed to actually be. 12 days of Christmas. We're pretty amped to give all of this away for 12 days.
What's the point of these?
Yeah, that's what I was
Style.
saying. The little ears. What do you think it is for?
I think it gives you an extra layer.
It's even got. Oh, yeah, to do that.
To do what?
Watch. Because it's even got little rubber bands here on the bunny ears,
There's different ways to
the
wear
bear
this.
ears, and you can do this.
Oh.
I don't think that's right.
I think that's right. I've seen people do that in the Alaskan shows.
No, I think you can get. I think what's
I'm starting to
unique-
get hot. I don't want to sweat in people's new clothes.
Yeah, unless it makes the value go up.
What? Ew. That is
Lily
not-
sweat
that's
in
so
there and Holly
creepy.
sweat.
That's
What?
a version of something I never want to be on.
Okay, the other thing is we have this tube. I'm not going to unpack this. This
Okay.
is something for us to do a review on, but it's Board Brights. I'm not sure, Lily. Can you go to boardbrights.com?
Sure.
This is for your pint. We're going to be able to change
only
the
pints.
Yes, that we're going to be able to change the lights for on your one wheel. We were just sent this product. We're really stoked on it. And we're going to review it over in the next few days and get it out
I
there.
don't know how to find that.
Well,
I just need
there's
to
a
show- I
QR
just need to
code.
show the people.
Yeah, I'll take the QR code.
Okay, this part hooks up, so you can have it with that look like that, but it still covers your ears. See that? It stays up.
What?
So like sometimes these.
Wait,
hats-
wait. This is not how to wear northern
Yes,
hats.
it is.
It is.
Sometimes these go up in case your ears get hot, but this gives you the look of it up, but they attach up here, and then it still stays down to keep your ears warm.
No. No.
True story.
I can't get behind the thinking on that. It's not one that I can get to.
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
Holly, what would be This is a really fair question. Yes, Lily.
What?
This is a full-on new thing because there's no website. It's just a YouTube video and a document. And you can email the guy, and you can buy him on Etsy.
Okay, so we'll do the review. You get all the links. We're pretty stoked on it. It's a light for your pint, which
To
is pretty
change
sweet.
the-
Yeah,
Like, does it make it brighter?
we'll do a review on it.
Oh, I see. It
gonna
doesn't
find out.
just make it brighter.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rad.
That's sweet.
But it's for pints only, which,
Thanks for sending that. That's fantastic.
yes,
We'll give it a go.
pints. I think my first one wheel, what would I buy a one-wheeler? If they only have one wheel and I had $750, I would go get the pint.
Is it? Yeah.
You're
You
leaving
get a pint.
I would give them a pint. I mean, I'm just trying to say right now they're $7.50, and if you are in the market of a kid, $7.50, that's the cheapest. I mean, that's got to crush.
Oh, a kid.
That's
a
got to
whole different
crush the
ballgame.
online or the resale of the pints, because I can
know-
buy a used one or a brand new one for $7.50. What's a used one going to go for now?
I would say they're just gonna go down lower.
Right, that's what I'm saying. A used market now, you could probably pick up a used pint.
Yeah, but I think that says a lot about that. You know, where this is heading. You're not gonna get the fullest out of the pint. It's still a great product. Don't get me wrong. But you're gonna want to go farther than what the pint offers.
Yes.
You're gonna
I
you're gonna
understand
need
that.
something.
Okay.
I do think it's great for children.
One wheel Christmas list buyer guide. This is what you're after. Let's start with my son Epic, who's on the switcher. Epic, what would be your go-to number one wheel product that you want for Christmas? Too slow.
He said one wheel Christmas sweater. He said one wheel. All
right, Legend.
Sweater.
Goat tire. Legend would like to put on his Christmas list a goat tire, which you can go to flightfins.com and get. It's a great tire. We've reviewed it. That's an exceptional idea. I would go, if it's not an actual one wheel, I would suggest, if we're going to stay in the lines of tire, I would go with the one wheel GT Performance tire. I like that. It's 7 inches wide. I really enjoy that tire. So that's what I would go to. I would also suggest for a one-wheeler and you're going to spend $500, I would do the 5-inch hub. That's what I'd say. 5-inch
So you
hub.
do the 5-inch hub, but
From Float
that
Life.
tire that you like doesn't go on that 5-inch hub.
It does not.
So
But
you're
you get a
talking two
totally different
setups.
Yep. But the 5-inch
Okay,
hub.
so note that you don't buy the tire for that 5-inch hub.
Yeah, thank you. You'd have to get a whole nother tire.
you'd
But
have to
that
have a whole
5-inch
nother
hub
setup.
is a game changer. It is a lot of fun. It really does. Would I want that to be my only one, though? That would be the question. And that's
The
hard.
5-inch hub,
Yeah,
you
but
want-
I would, it's a good gift. It's a solid gift for sure. Lily, how about you? One wheel?
I think I'd want Either the new Performance Tire or an Enduro, because I don't have either of those. I don't know which one I'd choose though.
Yeah, you have that hard stock one.
I have the stock treaded.
Yeah,
I mean,
you'd
it's
have a whole new
fine.
world. It is not fine.
It's fine.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
okay, but sometimes just okay is not
You've
okay.
settled for bad.
No, I love
It's
my
not bad
GT.
like what you said, what is it, the Burris?
No, the Vegas of the but
Vegas.
for the XR.
I'd like to try the goat too.
The goat is great. The goat
would
I
take
think would be great in Minnesota. We will see what a 7-inch tire does in Minnesota in the snow. It might bode very well. But the 5-inch Vega rain tire has a lot of bite to it, so it's perfect in the snowy conditions. We'd love to hear what you say, what to buy someone who rides a one-wheel. I would think any of the add-on accessories in any of the locations of onewheel.com and Float Life or Craft and Ride. Craft and Ride is kind of your location to get everything outside of One Wheel branded things. They bring everybody's stuff together, a lot of the different products from different third-party companies. Floatwheel.com, go there. They got all kinds of accessories on there. I would go, if I'm buying something for a one-wheeler that's fairly inexpensive, I'd do a back foot pad. Foot pad.
Back foot pad.
Yeah, I would do the Nug, or the Cush Wide. But I like just the standard. Is it called a Nug or just Cush? Cush Low.
They have all of what you're saying, but I don't.
I think the
they're
Nug
all
is for the
different.
pint. They don't have the Nug for GT yet. I think they do. No, they got my son is arguing with me. He's been known to do that this last week.
Just this last
Or the
week?
last 15 years.
No, he's getting more aggressive with it right now. It is the Cush Low and Cush High, maybe?
I'm looking.
You're really slow. It's because
Stop. Let me just go back.
Lily's been
Foot
watching a lot of
pad.
TikTok cooking shows, folks.
Gosh. Cush wide foot pad for one wheel GT/GTS.
Yes.
Cush wide foot pad. Nope. Cush high.
Yeah, high and wide. How about
Cush Nug low.
There you go, that
is
is.
only Cush low foot pad. It's not Nug though. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
that
It's
Nug
not
I
a
think is for the
nugget.
pint.
It's not a fried chicken
Right,
nugget.
it's for the pint. So it's Cush Low. This is what I would suggest going for. Why are you laughing?
Blem. What
I
is
laugh
blem?
at Lily. She's funny.
Blem.
Blem means...
Blem. Cush wide foot pad. Blem.
You don't know what blem means?
When you put stars between on the other side of the word, it's like blem.
But what do you think blem is?
Blemish.
Yeah. So there's something wrong with it. Like blem. You're like, how is
Oh,
this?
like it's not
Blem.
perfect. So is it
Right.
cheaper?
Yes.
I wonder how imperfect it is.
I think that's all.
Is that are there other websites using that, or is that a Float Life thing?
No, it's everyone knows that. If I'm getting the
obviously
blems,
not everyone.
I'm
If you're
pretty
getting
sure.
the blems, it's just an imperfection on it.
Yeah, it
and
came off
so-
the line wrong. It's
I will
printed
also
backwards.
say I like the Float Life hats that are on their website that are like the under helmet hats.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Those
They
are
just
sweet.
dropped
If you're
those in the last couple
watching,
months.
I really like that yellow and blue one.
We should have done. If you're watching, is
How
that
do
your
I click it though?
wait? Is that your way of saying send me one?
If you were to. Or I like the black on black. That's sweet. Or I like the.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
No, I like the
Too much.
The nude with the white. That's
Wait,
very
you
nice.
can't say the word nude on this channel. This is family
tan.
friendly.
The tan.
friendly.
It won't
Gee,
let me
Manelli.
click
Lily's
it,
going
though.
off the
We
deep
should make
end.
that into a
This
live
week
link.
it's nudity.
She
A
seriously
couple
is now-
weeks ago she was
Nudity?
swearing.
No.
This
I
is out of
didn't-
control.
I didn't
Someone
say
get the
nudity.
bleepy machine.
You know what? I think that should be a live link though, because it's not letting me click it.
Maybe it's not working
You're on the Float Life? Is that where you're on?
Like, what if I want to purchase now?
Okay, you sort out the
live
problem.
link, so I can't.
You can't purchase the hat.
I'm gonna have to search for it. Shop for apparel.
I don't know. We're not on their website for that. A couple other things. Again, if you go to One Wheel website, I would also push you to any of their merch, their shirts, their hoodies. Those are sweet. If you're looking for a One Wheel gift idea for a one wheeler, their shirts are great. They just dropped a brand new shirt the other day. It's a I don't even know what color I would say that is. It's like a brownish red.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
think kind of a rust.
Maybe a rust. You'd have to confirm that. Maybe I'm messing that up with the Race for the Rails deal. But that would be a good any of their apparel.
It's are you talking about the One Will Do t-shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kind of a rust color and it's limited time only.
Yeah, I always wonder about that when
Several
people.
of their limited time only.
Yeah, I wonder when you put limited time only, is that really true? Like, aren't they always limited? Like they're going to
Well,
run out at
it's
some point.
probably
Is it to
something-
make me want to buy it now? The
Well,
urgency.
I mean, of course, but it's probably something that they only made so many of, and they're not going to go remake them. Whereas some of their other products, they like. I love their gray sweatshirt, just the sketchy O hoodie, the one that's sketched. You have it,
Yeah.
with the O. Like they'll probably remake that or order more of that because it's such a top seller.
Maybe they already have. I think also, if I was to go onto FloatLife's website, I would do rim savers for somebody that owns a GT XR Pint running a enduro tire on there. The rim savers do their job. They protect the rims from cracking. You crack a rim, you're in big trouble. So that's a fun gift to give to somebody. You would have to have somebody that can put it on. If they can't install it, then you're in a wee bit of a pickle.
Okay, so what do you have to know to install it?
It's like changing a tire.
We
Have
have
to have
videos
the
for
right-
that.
Yeah, you can
Have
look
the
at
right
it.
equipment.
You-
You have the tire thing that.
Yeah, what's the
helps
tire thing? That's so technical.
thing.
Should we just call it tire squisher?
It's the bead popper.
Bead popper.
Bead popper. That's closer. I
So
like
you
it.
you can take
What
that
actually
helps
is
you.
it?
I have no idea, but I would not call it either one. But bead popper is great. I would know what you're talking about. Then Holly's saying the tire changer thing.
The tire changer thing. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Especially when she goes like this.
Yeah, it's a big crank.
Big crank.
I mean, it's kind of like what it's like.
Here
Yeah,
Here it is.
It's got a big crank.
That is not a crank. I would say an arm.
Yeah, it cranks down.
Pulls down.
I would say it's like a levee.
Crank.
Chevy to my levee.
It's like I'm trying to pump water.
Yeah.
It's like a
Crank.
well.
This is.
It's like a
Yeah,
water
this,
well.
if you are, I don't even know how a good placement for that, but we own this. You can get it from a lot of different places. One Wheel is just carrying, that's the other thing, back to the One Wheel thing as we bounce around. One Wheel has got a lot of things on their website that is alluding to, hey, we're moving to a direction of allowing you to fix things and move things around on your One Wheel, like changing a tire. They have some of these things on their website that you can purchase, which they didn't used to have. They used to say, no go, you'd void the warranty even if you changed the tire. Long gone are those days. So I think where we want them to get, and I say we, me in there loosely, but you wanting them to get somewhere quick, they're getting there little by little. And just give them more and more time. They're figuring out how to do it in a way that is safe. So if you want to give somebody that owns a One Wheel a tire and then the bead cracker,
Bead breaker.
bead breaker,
That's what we call it.
you get that into that helps and get a new tire on. Those are great gift ideas. You can get a traveling pump. You can get those on Amazon, One Wheel, Float Life. Those are handy to have. Just last night, somebody asked if I brought a pump, and I was like, well, no, I didn't, and I should have because the XR tire was flat. I don't even understand that.
Yeah.
We got to get a new tire on that thing.
How's
I just
it
think
flat?
We need to put the
You
original
might-
one back on it.
Just need to get a new One Wheel.
That tire is, yeah.
No, that One Wheel, it's an XR that probably doesn't even have 500 miles on it.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
If it had 500 miles, we would have put, I would say, 100 or 200 of those on in our videos we've shot because we've borrowed it so many times.
True.
So
True.
I'm
Bro.
just going on record saying a couple of other items that we would like to help people as they're looking. What should I buy? One Wheel. Someone who rides a One Wheel.
Bead breaker.
Well, I mean, I just hear the kids talk a lot about if they don't have one already, the hypercharger. For
Hypercharger.
whatever,
Hypercharger's great.
whatever one wheel you have.
Car chargers on here.
I think a car charger and a
Comes in
hypercharger
handy.
are phenomenal for any one wheeler. Just again, yesterday, one of our kids thought they plugged it in. I don't know the drama that ensued around it, why it didn't get plugged in the entire time, got unplugged. You know, Floodworks ensued.
Oh, it was terrible.
Worst thing ever. We simple solved it by saying, no, we got a car charger. We'll charge on our way there. It's come in clutch.
Yeah.
It's not a thing you're going to use on the regular, but it's super handy
But
to have.
if you have it, yeah.
Yeah, you'll use it more than you think. A great gift for somebody that already has a One Wheel. Hypercharger, both those are a bit on the spendier side of things.
Yeah, Lee is saying wrist guards, got to have good wrist guards.
Brilliant. Wrist guards, if they don't already have those things, wow. But the only wrist guards that I know that are made out there, the rest are not wrist guards. They're something other than wrist guards.
In case you didn't sense the
Function.
sarcasm.
Function wrist guards, you can get that at onewheel.com. You can actually go to function, I believe, .com. Maybe it's functionwristguards.com, and you can order them. They've got all kinds of options and colors, and they are awesome. I like the Rippers the most. The Rippers allow me to put any of the gloves I want underneath it, so as the seasons change, I can go thicker gloves underneath or thinner or no gloves in the summer. And they have the top and the bottom plastic piece that would protect your wrists on a fall. And just the other day, I was riding, Legend and I, my oldest son and I, we were trying to do a tandem ride where we have the 360 camera right in between us, and then I hit a feature. No, he hit a feature first, and I filmed him, so it was looking seamless, like this camera's just flowing through the woods with us. And then I said, okay, you get me on the next feature. So we go to make the camera exchange, and the dude hits my one wheel, and I just plowed into the ground.
Ouch.
Is that
Just
on
plowed.
video?
Oh, yeah, it's on video. And
we
my
see that
wrist hit the ground, and I was just so glad that I had those on there.
Yeah, that's what the Rippers are. What the kids all wear. It is nice to have
Protection on both sides. So get those wrist guards. Those are phenomenal to have. Helmets are great. If they live somewhere where it's cold, they need a winter helmet. It's a necessary bummer for us here in the tundra or New York or Rhode Island or Washington, Oregon, wherever you in those climates that get colder or chillier. Snowboarding helmets are awesome. You won't go wrong with that because those ears get freezing.
Yeah, they do.
So. And there's heaps more. I mean, we could just sit here all day and tell you what you need for what should be on your list.
Armadillos is in there for sealant.
Yeah, tire sealing. You can't go wrong with good tire sealing. Everybody needs it. And so that's a fun gift that if you went to Armadillos, which it's funny is people are just saying these things.
It's the holiday armadillo.
It's our go-to sealant around here. Thank you to Armadillos sending it to us. We, ever since the mistake that I thought they were only for cars.
They have sent.
We have heaps of it,
supply.
and it has done its job every time.
Yeah.
The only tire that we used this in combination with another thing was the goat tire. We had to put goat's milk in it. I don't know why. I know why. They wanted to dilute this a little bit to make this go into smaller cracks and stuff. It's like, what? What is your tire made of something new substance? But Armadillo, I like that it's red. It's very easy to get in. One hack though for anyone of you out there using tire sealant, don't lop off too much on the top. If you make that wider, the whole of this wider than the spout that you're going to put the air in, you're going to get this tire sealant all over your tire. Make it small. It's what I'm suggesting.
Sounds like you've learned from experience.
No, I just watched people do the mess. No, I have not. Maybe I did once. Probably. But that's a good tire sealant.
There you have it.
Another one on the spendy side, but fun for any one-wheeler, a GoPro. You have a GoPro, film your rides, film your jumps, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so
That would
this
be a
has been a
thoughtful
conversation with some of our kids. Like our older boys are really kind of into the racing, so they have a full face helmet. Do you need a full face helmet?
I think if you're racing, it's a great idea.
If you got a kid that wants to mob, like one of our kids wants a GT Inspire, and he's like, I don't know, what is he, 9? And he just mobs on his pint and always is face planting because he just rides it so fast.
He just walks on his feet and he's always face planting.
He needs a full face helmet.
Full face helmet for that guy, for sure. If you're worried about your kid going too fast and over torquing the board, full face helmet, indeed. It's a must. So I think yeah. But again, don't buy a cheap one. Like I'm going to tell you this. On the helmet topic, not all helmets are created equal. Don't just go to Walmart and buy a helmet and think you're good. That is not a helmet. That's like a hard hat. Go get it at a brand that makes helmets. Like Fox is a great place to go get helmets. POC, P-O-C. They make great helmets. S1 helmets make great helmets. 1000 makes okay helmets.
Just got to find the
They're
style
not
that
really...
fits.
They're like more minimal, so
They're not like if you can wear. They're gonna do fine, but they're not meant for trails.
No.
Like
if you're gonna take a hard fall.
I've used them and stuff in trails. It just doesn't fit the actual like. Oh yeah, you You look like you're a city slicker.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're trying to fit the vibe. It's what's most protective.
yeah.
Depends on what you're doing. If you're
Yeah.
just cruising, you're probably fine.
Like, I don't care if
you're-
I look dumb most of the time.
Okay.
But, like, if it's not going to protect me, it's probably not the best choice. Now I literally have one. So,
yeah, I'm staring
have
at one
anything
right
else.
now. We do have the 1,000 helmets around here. In
cute.
they're cute.
they're cute.
Just go to a place that like you get what you pay for in a helmet. Pay for something that's put some serious thought into it because it just yeah. Somebody's asking GoPro or Insta360. We're a GoPro kind of people. Like that's what we have. Outside of like even right now, GoPro's 360 to the Insta360. There's been minor tweaks in things between the two. It's like, do I really need to drop another $500 for that little thing? And so it's not pushed me to go to Insta360 yet. We have 4 or 5 GoPro 360s around here. Love them. And it just, technology hasn't advanced that much into 360 stuff. I love 360s because it's great. The selfie stick disappears. You could sell me on some of the harnesses, that you attach your 360 to. I think Insta360 has a better line of those. As we're looking this year, Lily and I are looking to get faster, and we're going to kind of do our races a little bit different. So I would want somehow to ride and not have a selfie stick out. I think that slows me down a little bit.
Probably.
And so I think we could maybe change that up. You could also, anything from onewheelparts.com. They're really creative on things. They've got their skeleton rails. They have their 007 rails, which still might be on pre-order. They have their billet hubs. That's a great location to snag some of Christmas products as well there. They have tire sealant. Jeff has been on this channel telling us why his sealant is the best. There you go. If you like, I think all tire sealant seems to be roughly the same, and you just choose where you're going to go. I don't know. Everybody would argue that, I'm sure. But you go to onewheelparts.com, and you can see a bunch of things they have to offer there. Probably on the cheaper end on their website is their grip tape. They have foam grip tape, and it seems to be some of the best. Legend wants some of that for Christmas. Not sure why he wants that, but he does. Foam grip tape. Ignite grip tape, or do you want the hex grip he wants? Okay, from One Wheel Parts. There you go.
Jeff's on.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
There you go,
made
Jeff.
it.
A little plug for our good friend Jeff at onewheelparts.com. The rails, top of the end of the spending, I think, and the grip tape is at the low end of that. So, okay, we could continue going on, but that could get you started. Taking us a long time to
One
get
Wheel
there.
Parts is still 30% off.
Ooh, there you go. Jeff's coming
to go
in
check
clutch. Clutch, 30% off. But here's the problem. I don't know when that ends to when you're listening to this. Like, Jeff, can you let us know in the chat? Does that go all the way to like Christmas, or do they got to get in it like ASAP, like right now kind of deal? Anything else, Lil, that's on your one wheel list?
Always a GTS. You always got to want to upgrade.
You got to upgrade. So would you then give the GT your husband?
Oh, yes. No, I would probably let him ride the GTS a lot.
Oh, you would let him?
Yeah, for sure. What's mine is his.
Yes, okay. So then it's not
But
about
if
letting.
I'm racing
He's just
and
gonna
he's
use it.
not there, I'm using the GTS. So we both win.
Okay, fair enough. We haven't raced. We should do a race. We haven't done a race with the GTS yet in the GTs.
Let's do it.
Why have we not done that? What are we doing with our life?
What are we doing?
We don't have snow yet, so
Yeah,
let's
we've
go.
just been working hard like dogs.
Jeff says we probably will have until Christmas.
There you go. 30% off. That's a good deal.
Hey, but don't forget when you're Siri, someone said, "Hey Siri, all my stuff's going off."
No one said that.
Now
Don't
you said
forget
it.
though, like Christmas is on a Monday. So you got to order stuff probably by this week. The end
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
week.
like the 14th or the 16th is the...
I'm going to go with the
last day.
15th.
Holly, you say that. Have you ordered one Christmas gift actual?
It's a negative, good buddy.
Okay. Lily, have you ordered any Christmas gifts?
I have.
How
Oh,
many?
that's not true. I mean, I did.
Couple? 4?
Like for your husband? All of them are for your
No.
husband? Is one of those for me?
I don't know.
No, is that one of them for me?
I'm not telling.
No, you're on the spotlight right now. You have to.
I got another GTS for you. Oh my gosh.
It's like blem with the asterisk.
Blemish. It's a blemish. Blem. I forget what I even did.
You did that.
It doesn't all last
It like
very long
jiggled.
around
That's
here.
what you were pretending like
Blem.
it was doing.
Blem.
Blem
I
and
don't
then.
even remember what I did.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for a little low key one today.
Gotta come down from the drama.
Yeah, we just wanted to have a little bit of fun, talk about, obviously address One Wheels podcast. You should go check it out. A lot of great information in there. Thanks for being with us. One more this year, because then it'll be Christmas in that week it will be
The week between Christmas and New Year's, everyone doesn't know what day it is anyway. So
yeah.
we'll see you next week and then in 2024.
That's correct. We're excited about what's happening on Christmas Day on this YouTube channel, so you don't want to miss that. Christmas Day, we will have a special video dropping that will have a lot of one-wheeling in it. We get a one-wheel under Christmas lights, and we go to a secret location of one-wheel trail being built, and we got to ride it and help just some thoughts and stuff. So we're really excited about bringing you that, but we can't tell you where it's at. It's just, I think us and their family have gotten to ride it so far, which was super cool. That'll all debut on this channel on Christmas morning, which we're really excited about. Plus, we go to other people's homes and ask them about their Christmas traditions. It's going to be a fun, unique Christmas special on our YouTube channel. Everybody have a fabulous day. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Drop your comments down below. We hope you have a great week. Get your Christmas shopping done. And you can, if you want to send us a Christmas gift, we will gladly give you our address. Just DM us. Have a great one, everybody.
Bye,
Adios.
everyone.
Bye.